start this printmaking project, you first have to figure out what kind of design you want to make. So before you do anything in your styrofoam, you're gonna take that piece and just trace it onto a blank page in your sketchbook. If you're at home, you can use any paper, even if it has something else on the back. This is just gonna be our first drawing. It's not gonna be our actual artwork at the end. So do your best to trace around that outline, and if you have enough space, go ahead and trace it 2 times, because you might do a design that you don't like, and then you'll have another space to try something different. Now I have 2 rectangles. Set this to the side or give it back to me in the classroom. I'll hang on to it. We don't want anything to happen to it while you're working on this drawing. Once you're happy with your drawing, I'm going to use this one with the organic shapes. You're going to cut out that rectangle. Once your square rectangle is cut out, you're going to put it on top of your piece of styrofoam, and you're just going to tape one side. So when I put the tape on, I want to try not to put it where my shapes are at all. I've got some space here. I can help you with that if you're in the classroom. If your tape does go over your shape, it's not that big a deal. But you only want to tape it on one side so that you're able to flip this. This is just what was on the back of my paper. You want your paper to stay in place on the styrofoam, but you also want to be able to peek underneath and see how it looks as you go. I'm going to close this book now and use this under, and I'm going to take my pencil, and all I'm doing now is tracing over my shapes. This time I want to press pretty hard with my pencil because I want my shapes to show up in that piece of styrofoam. So I'm going to finish this one and I'll show you how it looks. See, now I can peek under and you can see my lines went down into the styrofoam. Once you've traced your design and you can see all of your shapes really well here, you can carefully untape your piece of paper. Make sure you write your name on the back of this with a Sharpie. You do not want to write on the back with pencil because that's going to scratch into the styrofoam more. So please write with a Sharpie and write your code for your class. 5SB would be for Mr. Baker's class. Now I'm going to go over one more time with my pencil and just make sure all of my lines are pressed into the styrofoam. Now my printing plate is all ready to go, and I'm going to show you how to print. We're going to use markers and plain white paper. Now that I colored in my printing plate, I'm ready to print. So I'm going to set this to the side for a minute. This is the paper that I'm going to print on. And I'm going to make 2 prints, one here and one here. So I'm turning my paper in the right direction. And before I can print, I need to get my paper a little bit wet. So I'm going to try this with a tissue. Let's see how it works. this one came out first. Ooh, not bad. I still have a little bit of marker showing here, so I'm going to, again, get the paper wet first. Print one more time. This one's definitely going to be lighter. You could even carefully, very carefully, flip your paper over and rub it on this side. Not bad. Now if I want to use this again, I can just wipe off the marker. I could leave it if I want to use the same colors. I'm going to print again with different colors. So I'm just going to use this tissue that I used to wet my paper and wipe off all the extra marker that didn't come off in my print.